Welcome to A Dark Future Rising. This is a power level 3 Heroes and Hardship campaign. There are going to be two groups going off at the same time. And this group today I have with me is Rogue, Slip, and Wanderer. And we will introduce their characters upcoming. And they will do intros for their people. This is a superhero-themed game. For those who don't know about Heroes and Hardships, it is currently in development still, and this is one of the last play tests to test the scaling of the system. So this is the highest power level, this is what we call it, in the system. And we're going to see how things scale and make adjustments based on what we learn in this game. This game is set to be a fairly long one, probably will last until the winter, is my hope. And we're going to get started. I'm going to read some handouts for what the game is about, and go from there. Turn this music down just a smidge. Everyone see that?
Yep.
Yeah.
February 14th, 2017, Valentine's Day. This was the day the world would change. A transatlantic flight from JFK to Heathrow suffered a mechanical failure. The pilots attempted to reroute. Let me keep that playing. They attempted to reroute to Iceland, but began losing altitude at an alarming rate. They weren't going to make it. They were going to crash in the Atlantic Ocean. 340 passengers and crew were probably going to die. A plane crash doesn't change the world, but saving one did. Seemingly out of nowhere, Kelly Tran flew beside the airplane, and in a series of lightning-fast actions, she escorted passengers out of the plane to a trailing rescue boat. 4 at a time, she scooped up passengers and crew, flew them 10,000 feet down to the ocean, and repeated the process nearly 100 times. The pilot and co-pilot were last as Miss Tran pulled them away from the plummeting plane while only 500 feet before crashing into thousands of pieces. Everyone survived, even Mrs. Gray's miniature schnauzer. Miss Tran became an instant global superstar. What she did was incredible, but of course there were governments looking for answers. But it seemed as though Mrs. Tran made it through just fine. Endorsement deals, global fame, and more heroics. She saved hundreds by rescuing children of a small Burmese village impacted by a typhoon. She ended a violent Mexican drug cartel by rounding up all the leaders and handing them over to the USDEA. And she helped clean up a significant portion of the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. Of course, there were bigots, religious extremists, etc., etc. Kelly Tran was Chinese American, and both China and the United States tried to claim her as their own. Regardless, she seemed to have stayed out of the political intrigue of the situation, taking the nickname of Venus. Kelly was a fixture on every TV, every social media platform, and every tabloid. Not soon after, other gifted individuals came forward, dozens of them, and hundreds by today. All seemed very well-meaning, luckily for us. The current day is March 23rd, 2021. But you know that's all bullshit. Venus is the world's poster girl, fine. No one knows exactly why people have these gifts. Some are random, some predicated, and some predicted. You might know your own story or not. Governments race to collect as many supers as they can so they can be weaponized. The United States, China, and UK are the biggest players in this game, but surely there are many more looking for such an advantage. Where were people's loyalties? What will yours be when they come to find you? Even with your gifts, you have real problems. Money problems, family problems, relationships problems, you name it. You ain't that different from a normie. A dark future is rising, that much is for sure, but how you fit in the puzzle is yet to be determined. And let's skip over to the current scene. Let me know if you cannot see or can see. Let me back over here.
I see a car.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see a car.
Yes, me too.
So dynamic lighting's kind of working. That's good. I don't see anything. Hold on. That's not good. I know why. Oh, man. So you see a car. Let's see. Give me 2 seconds. Do you just see the car? Yeah, it should be on.
Yeah, I see the scene
Yep.
with all of us in the car.
Yeah, it looks fine to me.
Give me 1 sec. I don't see it. Yeah, I see your tokens, but I don't see... Alright. You've each been... Oh, yeah, let me do the handout.
Doug, when you do that, put a 1 week calendar appointment in to revoke that. Doesn't have that.
What happened in 2017 wasn't your beginning. It was the world's first baby step. You each have your own story, whatever it is. Maybe it was the years of knowing you were different. Maybe you were just as much as a baby in all this as anyone else. Didn't matter now, you are different. Each of you try to make cash for your gifts. That's what people do, right? They use their skills to get by and get ahead. You don't have 9 to 5s, you're gifted, which was a nice term for what you are. Many use the term supers, just like out of a comic book. But there are less pleasant terms too. Regardless, the 3 of you were offered a cool 5K for a seemingly easy job. Vindicator and Wraythe were just security. Just watching your backs, Taggart said. He was your contact for jobs. They call themselves handlers. He was a middle-aged, quick talker. Always had a big smile with a fucking bleached teeth that could blind you. He always got you paid and there was minimal hassle. You know, and everyone else knows, not everyone likes supers. Religious dogma was particularly bad. Gas, God against supers. Yeah. Step on the gas, keep the devil's demon out of the street. You all know this kind of nincompoops these guys are. Anyway, security for what you're asking, well, Dr. Vitae was needed. Someone was sick, Taggart said. The pot was probably split 4 ways, Taggart getting his cut too, just to drive out to San Bernardino Forest. Should be easy work, but you know, sometimes it wasn't. Taggart plays with the radio as he drives to the destination, occasionally looking at the phone's GPS. And you guys can think back or be in the present for who your characters are, and I will let whoever would like to go first. Maybe that's going to be Slip.
Sure. Dr. Vitae sits in the passenger seat. She sat there to put a little space between herself and everyone else, but now sitting next to Taggart, watching him smile that fake smile and try to make small talk, she was regretting that decision. She wasn't always, although people usually liked her, she wasn't always comfortable with them. It's not surprising. 1950. That's the first year I can really remember, though there is no telling how long I had been in the hole prior. Maybe a year or two. I was probably around 25, because when I look in the mirror, that's how I still look. Around 25. No senior citizen discount for me. I wasn't their only project. There were a few others, all male, all special in ways that made them especially good at killing. I think that the idea of a woman who could and might kill them during her time of the month scared the pants off of them, so they went in a different direction. A super pretty super nurse to kiss their boo-boos and cure erectile dysfunction. I did both exceptionally well, so much so that there wasn't a day when a pint of my blood wasn't taken for their battle boys, a quick pick-me-up should they encounter trouble in the field. A couple of years went by in a blur of sameness. Same institutional green walls, no windows, same doctors and scientists, same training exercises, cut and heal, stab and heal. Myself and animals mostly. At night, well, I don't like to think about that. I might have missed the out-of-doors if I remembered it existed. The good old days. When I asked why everyone else could come and go while I had to stay, they told me I wasn't a real person, that I was just government property and too valuable to risk. Funny thing is, I know when people are lying, even if they're lying to themselves, and I've felt their guilty appetites like a black sickness. I knew the way out, but they would never let me go. So I turned their bodies against them. I had never done it before, but it was so easy. Instead of saying, be the way you should, I told their insides to be the way you shouldn't and keep at it. Before the next shift arrived, I had killed them all, opened the gas valve, lit a flare, climbed up the ladder and out of the hatch. Was a football field away when all the ugliness of the hole disappeared with a big boom. That was late 1953. Back then it was easy to disappear, to reinvent yourself. By 1960 I was a practicing doctor in a small Midwestern town, a fake degree on my wall, and no one but me living in my large respectable house. Of course I had to move on and start over every decade or so, but those years were good ones. I helped people and no one tried to tell me what to do. I wasn't anybody's pet. The more technology improved, the harder it became for me to fool the world. I stayed in that last town too long, became part of the community. The newspaper printed a story about me and it drew attention, not just from the AMA, but the government. I felt their eyes. It was only a matter of time before I found myself either flooded by those needing a miracle or strapped to a table in a lab having my blood sucked out by scientific curiosity. You see, shooting laser beams from your eyeballs is one thing. Dangerous, yes. Valuable, no doubt. But laser beams can't repair your husband's spinal injury, then that put him in a wheelchair. Super speed can't cure your little girl's leukemia. Do you know what the richest and most powerful will pay for that guarantee of a long, healthy life for themselves and their loved ones? Enough to guarantee that I would spend the rest of my life in someone's cage. Most of my money is gone now. I live in a modest house on the wrong side of the tracks. My neighbors look out for me, let me know if someone comes snooping, because I look out for them in the ways that matter most. My patients are criminals who can pay in cash, sometimes a private contractor, and occasionally people like me who are trying to stay under the radar, like Vindicator, like my stray, Wraythe. Why did I take him in? He's young, whiny, and doesn't pick up after himself. But if I don't help him, who knows where he'll end up. I wish I didn't care. So far, so good. I'm not living in a lap of luxury, but I'm free. There are those that have said my bedside manner is lacking, but it is important that my clientele understand not to bite the hand that feeds them. I tell them all, my help comes with strings attached. Don't send anyone to my door that I don't want to see. What I give, I can take away again, and with very steep interest.
All right. Whoever would like to go next.
I can go.
You're good.
Okay, so Wraythe, you can see there's a young guy sitting in the back of the car, looking out the window. He's wearing a black hoodie with a kind of stylized skull pattern on it, and a black cloth mask. He's got the hood up, and he's wearing a black cloth mask with an infinity symbol on it, kind of crudely drawn. You can't see that much of his face between the hood and the mask, but what you can see, the skin looks unnaturally pale and greyish, and his eyes are strangely pale and very intensely blue. And he's not really interacting with the other two so much. He seems to be lost in his own thoughts. 6 months ago, I was a normal person with a normal life. Well, normal considering my family. You see, my dad was Harry Croker, the world's last great adventurer. The man responsible for all the major archaeological discoveries of the past 30 years. Breaker of hundreds of hearts, and, as he revealed after retiring, an MI6 agent. Oh, and a shit dad. Divorcing him was the best thing my mum ever did. Even he admitted that. Trouble was, he was just so damn likeable. Charisma by the ton. Shame I didn't inherit that. Anyway, I'd just finished university. Flew over to the US to spend some time with my dad. I was excited, despite a lifetime of letdowns. Everyone always wanted to please him. I should have known better. I hadn't seen him in 2 years, but did he want to know about me? Or maybe the degree in ancient history that I'd just taken in the stupid hope of getting closer to him? Nah, he was more excited about some amulet he'd just got hold of. A large bronze one, engraved with the symbol of a snake curled into a figure 8 eating its own tail. I recognised it. Ouroboros, ancient symbol of eternity. In hindsight, he was acting pretty weirdly. He normally had a kind of bulletproof confidence, but that night he was nervous. He said he was frightened that someone would steal the amulet and asked me to hold on to it for a week. Even though I was angry with him, still wanted to please him, so I took it. 2 days later, he was dead. Shot in a burglary gone wrong, the cops said. I wasn't so sure, but I was too wrapped up in the weird mix of emotions that his death caused to be wary. I went out and got hammered, wearing the amulet under my skin. Under my shirt. As I staggered back to my hotel, I remember seeing a couple of guys in black masks step out from an alleyway. But then something hit me in the chest like a hammer, and I found myself lying on the ground. Looking back, I'm not even sure I felt pain from the bullet. Just a massive impact, shock, and then cold. I had a vague consciousness that I'd been shot and was dying, but it just seemed so unreal. When I next opened my eyes, it was dark. Really dark. Proper can't see your hand in front of your face dark. I felt around and realised I was in a coffin. I tried pushing on the lid, shouting for help. No use. I realised I'd been buried alive. Well, that's what I thought at the time anyway. I freaked out, flailed at the lid, screamed. Carried on for some time. And then, in the end, something weird happened. There was suddenly a dim blue light in the coffin. As I looked round, I realised my eyes were glowing blue. And then as I looked out, my arms were becoming, well, ghostly. They were vaguely blue too, and I could see through them. When I reached out, they went straight through the coffin lid. I pushed up and realised I could move through the earth like it was air. And slowly, pretty freaked out, I rose out of my grave. I couldn't understand what was happening to me. I ran and I kept running for weeks. Eventually I found other people with abilities. Gifted, they call them. And after meeting Madison, I came to understand what had happened to me. I'd died, and the amulet, now embedded beneath my ribcage, had brought me back to life. How and why, I still don't understand. But every now and then in the depths of the night I hear a voice in my head. The language is strange, but somehow I understand it. You are our hand now. Be ready.
Alright. Rogue.
So, a dark-haired, long dark hair, wearing mostly dark clothes as well, a black coat and armor in the back. Yeah, he looks out the window, thinking about the time he sat in front of a psychiatrist. And when the psychiatrist read the paper, Warren Riggs, his birthplace was Winchester, Kentucky. And he was a mutant. A job as an ex-special operations. He remembers talking to the psychiatrist. My father was a drug dealer, my mother a meth addict. My father was killed in a drug raid and a shootout with the cops, where he held me hostage before a SWAT sniper took him out. My mother tried to raise me, but her addiction got the best of her, and I was taken away into foster care when she was 28, I think. She couldn't function anymore. I remember her crying and holding me. She said she was sorry that I got stuck with her as a mom, and that I deserved a better mom than her. I tried to console her, but she was too filled with self-hatred at that point. Probably blamed herself for getting with that piece of shit excuse for a father, getting hooked on junk. I was 8 years old at the time that she lost me to the state. And I grew up nearly a year in the foster care system and was an outcast. I remember a group of older boys chased me. They tried to bully me. It didn't turn out the way they expected, though. I realized I had that rage then. That's when I found out that my wounds would heal. One of them caught me in the nose, broke it, and it crunched back into place. And I just let them have it. I realized when I exploded, it was hard to control. It took the teacher crying to stop me. They lived. I became friends with those boys after that. I was the leader of St. Paul's foster care gang after that. But I was taken from the foster home soon by the local military base under cover of night. Out of nowhere, a man wearing stripes came in a uniform. He asked for me and a few others in the gang. They ran tests on us. I spent the next 10 years in an underground facility, being trained and tested. They liked the way my flesh grew back together. Then I was placed into the military at 18. I worked with a couple of different spec ops groups over the years. Delta Force was my primary unit. For 18 years, I ran counter-narcotics operations and counter-terrorism, special recon, and hostage rescue missions. After that, though, I did some work with the CIA and certain black ops before finally, after 24 years of service to the United States military, I was discharged during an operation that went sideways. Found out we were being set up, used as bait. Anyway, long story short, I was able to retire. After that, I returned to the U.S. I set up shop in Louisiana. Worked as a bouncer for a couple years. One of my wartime buddies told me he wanted me for his new bodyguard company, and it would be good money and easy jobs. I agreed, but I guess he got held up, waiting for the position to become solid. I stayed working as a bouncer in Louisiana bar called Gators. Met a waitress, Sherry. Sherry and I fell hard. Got married. After a year of being together, we had a little boy named Victor. I knew happiness for a few years. before finally I started to work the bodyguard corp shield wall. After a couple of years in, we did a job protecting someone from the cartel, someone that had really put a dent in those fuckers. They were real pieces of shit, human trafficking operations, but he fucked them up good, brought down the whole operation, so we had to hide him. But someone squealed, though. Those fuckers got to someone. They tracked me down, seeking answers to the whereabouts of the client, but that guy was gone. He was a ghost, relocated to an area I didn't know anything about. But these particular cartel members ran slaves and sold flesh. They were scum, and there were a bunch of them. They hunted down my wife and my boy and killed them. They used them as bait. And then when I came home, they killed me too. But something in my blood, the experiments the military did, something wouldn't let me die. I lived, regenerated barely, woke up in the swamp, crawled to the dock. She patched me up. Then I hunted them all down. All of those fuckers. You never get over the pain of loss when love is taken from you, when someone steals the happiness from what's left of you. You realize you'll never see their faces again. I'll never be able to hold them. I can't remember how to heal my mind. Physical wounds aren't the problem, but my head is what I can't fix. I don't know if I want to anymore. Feels like I live on vengeance. It's the only thing keeping me alive. It's not blood, it's hatred. I've broken the bones of those wretched cowards and hunted down all these demonic cartel pieces of shit for years, tracking them, setting traps, watching the light fade from their eyes, smiling at each of them begging. Fuck them all. Causing this suffering, it doesn't seem to heal, but for the moment I feel better. Vindicated.
As you are considering your pasts, Taggart, who doesn't seem to have a morose bone in his body, turns on some 80s pop. Ah, look at this! What a good tune. I think it's Debbie Gibson. What do you think? I Think I'm Alone Now? It's classic.
Right.
Go ahead.
Okay. Wraith will just kind of glance around for a second and say, kind of distractedly, I don't know, it's some old shit, whatever. And then just turn around and carry on looking out the window.
I mean, I could turn on Oasis if you like. Or Blur? I don't know. That's what they like in the UK back then. In the 90s. Are you a 90s guy, Wraith?
And Wraith just looks in and goes, well, I was born in the 90s. Gee, how old is he? Yeah, he'd have been born in about 1990. Yeah, so yes, I was born in the 90s, but no.
Well, let's see. Justin Bieber is Canadian, so that doesn't count. I don't know. What about you, Madison? That probably a believer too? Madison.
Warren looks away. Warren looks away from the window for a minute, just realizing that that people have started talking, and he gets out of his head for a moment, remembering this old memory about the psychiatrist, and he looks over at Wraith. You were born in the 90s?
Yeah, We're not all old.
Shit, I didn't know you were that young.
Wow, does it matter now? Main thing, I was dead. He just shrugs and goes back to looking out the window.
Oh well, let's not talk about the morose stuff. You know, I don't like talking about that stuff. You got your skills, and I'm here to pay you a wage for that. And yeah, dead people not my forte. Even though you might think you're dead or whatever. Anyway.
I think, Slip, were you going to say something? I think you were muted.
Yeah, sorry, I was muted.
Yeah, he asked if you're a believer, but we didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're.
Yeah, she's she's just listening to the radio with a disgusted look on her face. All of this, it all sounds the same, all of this new stuff. Don't you have any Frank Sinatra?
Frank Sinatra. Yeah,
Maybe
I
there's a
mean,
channel that plays something like that.
Well, we could listen to the AM. Gotta skip by the the gassers out there. I don't think you guys want to hear them. Condemn your very lives. You know how they go. But yeah, AM radio. I guess. We might. I mean, we're going into the woods, so we might not get good reception. Maybe I'll just turn on Spotify. Does anybody care if we listen to Frank Sinatra, I guess?
And Wraith just sort of shakes his head and goes and turns to Vindicator and says, "Wow, I take it back. You're not old. She's old." And then he sort of says, "Look, I think I've got a playlist I can share." And he goes looking through. He kind of, if the guy's got his phone there, he says, "I'll give it here. I'll connect us. You can follow me."
Well, the Beatles were all right, or that Elvis.
Taggart rubs his forehead. Yeah. How old are you? You don't look that old.
That's a very rude question, young man.
Well, I mean,
She says to this much older looking man.
yeah, I mean, he's probably not. I described his middle age, but he's probably 30, you know. I mean, I guess it is, but I mean, if you say the Beatles were okay, I don't know. Anyway, so
Compromise, Rolling Stones.
Yes, I can go with that.
I guess, I mean, sure. The Painted Black song's not too bad.
Nice.
I mean, I prefer Zeppelin, but I guess. Zoso, you know? You know? Or don't know?
Wraith just sort of nods and sort of goes, "Didn't have you pegged as a classic rock kind of guy. Nice."
Oh yeah, man. Lava lamps. Chicks dig it.
Wraith can't think of anything to say to that.
Madison just shakes her head.
Anyway, yeah, sure. Turn on the stones. Anyway, so this should be pretty easy. The girl I was contacted by is another handler. Should be on the up and up. So yeah. But you know how it goes in the forest. No.
What do you mean in the forest?
Well, we gotta meet him out here outside of L.A. in San Bernardino Forest. So,
What exactly is... Who are we meeting and what is their condition?
well, hurt. I wasn't told specifics. You can deal with hurt, right?
Of course I can deal with hurt. What I don't want to deal with is, well, the unexpected. And she turns around in the seat and looks at Vindicator and Wraythe.
Yeah, that's what we got the boys for. They like unexpected, yeah. Especially my boy Vindicator, right?
He's still looking out the window, and he turns and he nods and he says, "That sounds good."
Yeah, ever vigilant, see? That's why he's along. Yeah, and Wraythe, I mean, disappear and reappear. It's kind of like Scooby-Doo him.
Wraythe,
Scooby-Doo.
yeah, Wraythe nods across at Vindicator and goes, "Yeah, don't worry, Madison. Come on, you know Vindicator. He's a badass."
Right. Well, I just want to avoid too much publicity.
Oh, we're going to be in the middle of the forest. Nobody's going to be there but us and the sick one and maybe a couple others. I don't know. I was told, 2 or 3. Nothing Vindicator can't take care of. I mean, I'll stay in the car. Get ready to, be our getaway driver if we need to.
Mm-hmm. Madison fiddles around. She picks up a white cloth mask. It's not dissimilar to, a medical mask, and she fiddles with it. Yes, well, I'm still going face covered. It doesn't sound like this situation has really been sussed out to my satisfaction.
I mean, okay, you're afraid of getting some sickness or just being seen?
Right.
So
I don't want
both?
anyone to have my face if it can be helped.
Well, I mean, it's not a bad-looking face, You gotta get out there, just like, the Amplifies and the Venuses of the world. Get those endorsement deals. Big bucks. Work for the corpse.
Do you know what would... She shakes her head. I'm not like them, Taggart. Word of what I can do gets out. There's no one who won't. Well, try to get me on their side, regardless of the cost or my willingness.
Oh, what about them? I mean, they can fly, shoot laser beams. I mean, Venus can do anything. She's the most powerful person in the world.
You ever have anyone that you cared about get sick and die, Taggart?
Well, yeah, my grandma, she had the Alzheimer's, and that sucks, man.
Well, what if it was your mother?
Oh, well, that would be tough. Mom's a great lady. Nursed me until I was 2.5, I think.
What if she was in a terrible accident?
I'd call you and pay you to help her.
Right. But what if I didn't want to help, Taggart?
Well,
What if I couldn't help because I was very busy helping other people?
I mean, it's me, Taggart. We're friends, I think, aren't we?
I'm not everyone's friend, Taggart. That's what I'm saying. And everyone has a mother. Everyone has a child. Well, everyone has someone that they love.
Oh, you're afraid of getting stretched too thin, then. I get it. It's tough.
There are 7 billion people in this world, Taggart.
Man, that would really raise up the population if you could heal them all, wouldn't it? That's kind of that'd be a tough spot. Climate change would be rolling. Yeah, he totally is just not getting exactly what you're saying.
She just shakes her head. Never mind. I don't even... Just remember to keep the details about me as minimal as you can when you're finding these jobs.
Oh, of course. I mean, I'm your handler. Everything's discreet. Taggart is discreet. That's what they say. 'Cause I am. Yeah. I think we're gonna make some make some money this year. What do you guys think? I mean, this is going to be easy. 5K, easy 5K. No problem. I'll look for some bigger scores, you know? Some really sick people. Maybe let Vindicator go bust some heads, too. Maybe, some, I don't know, Wraythe, some Halloween parties or something? I mean, you could scare some kids. I just kidding.
Ray seems to have been thinking about something else.
Madison's actively giggling at that.
He seems to have been thinking about something else, and he when Taggart speaks to him, he sort of says, "I saw a magazine article the other day. Have you seen that Amplifier's apartment?
Oh,
That
yeah.
place is lit, man.
Yeah.
That place is lit."
I'm telling you, if we could get him part of our crew, huh. I mean, I know, Madison, you don't want to get big time, but if you guys want to get big time, maybe we could like ride his coattails a bit, you know? What do you say, Vindicator?
What's the deal with his apartment?
Oh, it's nice. Yeah, this guy he at least makes a couple mil a year. I mean, he's big time, man. Big time. I mean, it's Venus and then a couple others and him, especially around here. He's got some cash, doge stuff. I've never met him, but, you know, seems a friendly sort. And all the ads. I mean, we get into Arcadius. That is the way. Make that real money.
Real money would be good.
Yeah, I mean, I see. What products do you think you could sell? I mean, Smith & Wesson, maybe? I don't know, some Old Spice? Yeah, Old Spice. Fuck
Yes,
yes.
definitely some colognes. Act body spray.
Yes, I like it. Man wipes. I got some of those. I prefer a shower.
Oh, well, that makes... And she looks back at Wraythe. Some people.
Oh, can he not shower because he's incorporeal sometimes? Oh, I guess he's
You
not
know,
now.
I haven't figured it out yet.
Oh, gross, man. You gotta shower. Oh, he's not here. Yeah, he just looks, he's not. Wow, that's tough. I mean, you know, if you did maybe get some big gigs, then Wraythe could potentially live on his own.
Madison smile falters for just a microsecond before she pastes it back on. Oh, yes, I dream of that day. Having my space back to myself.
I mean, no offense, Madison, but you could use an upgrade too.
It's hard to keep cash from attracting notice. We'll see if... I don't know. Perhaps, though, a new identity could be procured if I had enough money.
Well, I mean, that would be what the corps are for. They could pay for all that stuff. I think you guys should think about it. I mean, I would love to see Vindicator in a Old Spice commercial, you know? Remember the one where the guy with the pecs and he would move his pecs? That could be you.
I don't look that good.
I mean, get you on a treadmill a little bit.
Vindicator just shakes his head.
Oh, we'll figure out something. I mean, maybe it'll be specialty, like, I don't know, like an NRA commercial or something.
Canteen.
Canteen? What? Do they sell canteens anymore?
Pantene.
Oh, Pantenes
There's-
for the hair. I thought you said canteens. I
Yeah.
didn't. I mean, I know that's kind of your, yeah, never mind. Yeah, Pantene. Who, like, do you use Pantene? Isn't that for, like, poor people? I mean, not saying you're poor, but I'm just saying Pantene and Suave, that's, like, down, you know, the Target aisle of
Well, the
shampoo.
girls on the Pantene commercial have lovely hair.
Why?
Vindicator has lovely hair.
Well, I don't know that would be their target audience. I think maybe I don't know, if we're talking about hair. What do you use in your hair, Vindicator?
Pantene.
Oil.
Pantene, really?
He looks away, kind of ashamed.
Oh man. All right. Well, I mean, I use the co-wash. It's pretty nice. It makes your hair feel weird, but you gotta scrunch it. And he takes his hands off the wheel and like scrunches his hair. Well, anyway, I mean, let's not worry about this. As he's kind of driving, you're going into the woods further and further, down these small road. I think he looks down at his phone. Yeah, getting close. I don't know anything. You got any pre-game rituals? I'm usually not driving you guys, so what should I do?
I usually meditate in silence.
Oh, well, what do you guys do?
This is my first job, so I'm not really, don't really have a ritual.
Oh, well, let's make one now. That way, when you're old and grayer, you can say, Taggart, he came up with this ritual with me, and you'll think of me fondly. And I'll be in one of those big luxury suites. I'll be old. I'll have like 2 hot girlfriends,
Yeah, maybe I should rub an idiot's hair, and he goes and ruffles Taggart's hair up. And sort of
Hey, man.
Yeah, I feel luckier already. Thanks.
That's just all right. I guess. What about you, Vindicator? Smoke a cigar, something tough, chew tobacco.
No, we gotta check the weapons, though.
Yeah, you check them. Let loose on anybody who messes with us, and he does the fake gun, but has it pointed to the side. And as he pulls up to this, pulls down this lane and pulls up to a cabin. Let me move you over there. Hold on. Yeah, that's fine. You guys are kind of big, so I'm gonna shrink you a bit. You pull up to a cabin, pretty secluded. You see a woman standing outside, leaning against one of the walls. She has a rifle slung over her back, and a cigarette in her mouth. And she kind of leans off or pops off the wall as the car pulls up, and Taggart says, "Yeah, I think that's probably our contact. I think. So, you guys want to go talk to her and see what the deal is? She doesn't look very sick, so maybe it's somebody inside."
Madison puts on her mask.
Wraith makes a show of checking his pistol, like Vindicator's checking his weapon. But you actually think you hear him lean over and whisper, "Where's the safety again?"
And Vindicator sighs and points it out for him.
He nods, and then he says to the others, I'm going to disappear.
Wait. One more thing. Wraythe, did you remember to put your clothes in the dryer before we left?
What? Probably. Maybe.
You know that it's milled. Never mind.
You're gonna have to rewash them.
That's all right. I mean, it's a machine. It doesn't mind, right? I mean, I don't even really sweat now, right? It's all glands and stuff. I don't really.
She just holds up a hand like, I'm just not listening to this. All right. Vindicator, you lead.
He nods and he'll get out.
Okay, so Wraith will get out the car and say to the others, right, you won't see me, but I'll be there. Cheers. And then he'll vanish.
And that's just an activation, right? Isn't that that's
Yeah.
a permanent one, right? Okay.
It is, yeah.
You just vanish. You don't have to roll for it. The woman kind of walks forward halfway. Her rifle's slung over her shoulder. She nods. Which one of you's the healer? Looks like you, I'm guessing, not the big fella.
As they're getting out of the car, Madison looks towards her and just nods. Who needs healing?
Friend of mine. One of you's. You know?
She tries to get a sense of, whether the situation's on the level, whether this person seems nervous or cagey.
You can roll read person if you would like.
Okay.
Yeah, I think at that time Vindicator's going to be like looking around at the perimeter and seeing if anybody else is around there hiding.
You do see a pretty much an open site. There's a motorcycle sitting there. Yeah, so that's pretty good. Let's see. Yeah, you think that, it seems that she wants this person to be, there's a sick person inside, you think.
Okay.
You don't think that's like some sort of ambush in there or anything like that?
Right. She's always worried about that, so.
Yeah, sure.
Right. Her shoulders relax slightly, and she kind of gives a nod to Vindicator. Let's go have a look.
Yeah, he'll walk with her, making sure to be in front, I guess.
Taggart's in the car still, and he kind of rolls down the window and he says, "Make sure you get the money. Pay first before the healing, huh?"
Madison just kind of waves at him and without looking behind her and continues toward the cabin.
Wraith, what are you doing?
Can I become insubstantial and invisible at the same time?
Yeah, of course.
Cool. In that case, I'm going to become insubstantial as well, and then I'm just going to start gliding invisibly and silently just round the outside of the house and just checking everything out.
Give me a perception roll.
Okay. It's the token.
I gotta paste in the target numbers because I don't remember them offhand because this is the first.
9's not going to cut it.
No. Yeah, everything looks great. Give me a sec.
Cool. He's happy.
I'm gonna make a target number handout. Okay, just so you see what you're looking for there for your target numbers. 10 is mundane, challenging 29, hard 37, desperate 45, and impossible 52. Okay, yeah, you head in. So you guys are heading straight inside, Vindicator and Wraythe.
Yeah.
Not me, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Exciting You head in. The door creaks open as Sadie kind of waves you forward and goes in first. She doesn't. I mean, the way she's walking in, it's very clear that everything's on the up and up as far as that goes. The door creaks and you walk in. It looks kind of cozy a bit, like somebody's been living out here. You see that there's a man in the bed there, the only bed inside. He's just layered with blankets on top of him. He's got dark skin, but his face is still very ruddy red. Madison, he is clearly sweating. He's got some sort of fever going on, but of course probably has chills as well. That's why he's completely covered in blankets. His face is pained as, you know, his teeth chatter, and Sadie points over to him and says, "That's him."
All right, I'll go have a look. Vindicator, why don't you collect our fee?
He nods. And he'll walk over to Sadie.
Yeah, there's a briefcase down kind of by the ladder there, leaning up against it. She just kind of points over to it.
I'm sorry, my token control has gone a little wacky, so I need my token put back on there.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to probably control it. I mean, I can click on it, but moving it's
Really? That's weird.
not working. Sometimes that happens.
Okay, that's fine. You're back up there.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, she just points over to a briefcase. There it is. It's open. 20 G's.
Yeah, he'll check it out real quick, open it up.
Yeah, there's a couple stacks of hundreds in there. You eyeball it. It probably you think it's probably legit. If you want to look at it closer, you can.
Yeah, he'll start to check out the case.
Yeah, the case looks fine. You flip through the stacks, like it's not that like a couple on the outside are hundreds and there's nothing on the inside, that kind of thing. You just like flip through them and it looks kosher. Looks like there's cash in there.
Cool. He will close it up.
Close it and clicks back in place. Everything good then? Get started on Lewis there. His name's Lewis, by the way.
Madison's already over there. She's leaning over Lewis. She's wearing long white gloves, but the fingers and palm of the glove, kind of detach like a bit like fingerless gloves do, but the palms also. She pulls them down and she reaches out a hand to feel his head. She pulls the blanket down a little bit to have a look at him.
Yeah, he's just covered in sweat. If you touch his skin, it's clammy. But yeah, he definitely has a very high fever, you think, of some sorts. You don't think that he's covered in blankets, but you don't suspect there's injuries. Something going on internally.
Right. Just to make sure, she asks, Lewis, you weren't injured, were you? This isn't an infection from an injury?
He's just like chattering so much with his teeth.
She looks over her shoulder at Sadie and says, this isn't an infection from an injury. This is an illness.
He's got no injuries that I saw.
Okay. She'll nod and turn around. She'll put both hands on his, one on either side of his face, and she'll try to heal him.
Okay. You can give me an essence roll. Would you like to use all your dice? When you roll, it'll ask you if you pull back any dice. So if you pull back dice, you will roll and keep one less die. for how many you pull back.
What does she gauge the difficulty of this to be?
You're not sure because you don't really know what it is. It's a
Well,
lot.
if
It's a
she
lot
thought-
easier when it's like somebody's leg is off, right? I mean,
Right. Yeah, let's see. Let me look at her scores.
what is your focus? I mean,
Her focus is...
it's 3, so you'd have to search 4 times.
Okay.
I don't have the tables written for all that, so if you
Yeah.
search, I mean, something.
I think we'll just go for
Yeah,
it.
go
We'll
for
see
it.
how, I mean, part of this is experiment.
sure.
So it says to click on a target. Should I do
Yeah,
that?
you can. And
or-
yeah, do it, and then
Okay.
when it asks you if it's targeted, just say no.
Okay. Okay.
41. That would be I think it's just hard. Yeah, so 31 would be to hard. Sorry, 41. You only exploded once, so no problem there. You're able. There's some sort of foreign substance in his body, and you're able to draw out some of it. It's this green, pussy liquid, but as it comes out his ears and nose, it doesn't look like pus or any kind of infection. It looks synthetic almost.
What is this? She says, looking back at Sadie.
Hell if I know.
I don't believe you don't know. That's not natural.
I'm... Okay, you're the expert. Get it out of him.
She looks at him. She says, I'm trying to, but this is not a natural illness. I don't know if she can do another roll or if that's kind of all she can do for now.
Go ahead and give me a career roll.
Okay.
We'll say it's challenging. So that's going to be a 29?
Okay.
Yes, 29.
Not good. Not good enough.
Yeah, you're not sure. You're not sure what this will do to him if you try it again. You could try it again, but this is not something you've ever experienced before. Poisons you have, but this seems to be something different because you don't have any idea what it is.
Alright, she turns around. She says, I can try this again, but the strain on his body from something like this, I can't predict what the effect will be. His body is working to push this out as hard as it can. His heart is straining.
How long do you need to wait then to do it again?
She looks down at Lewis. Do you think you could drink some water?
Yeah, water.
She'll look around for some water.
Sadie tosses over a water skin to you.
She'll see if he can swallow it.
Yeah, he swallows a little bit, coughs a lot. Kind of typical.
Lewis, what happened to you? What is this? What poisoned you this way?
Doctor. And he just can't get whatever else is out. He sounds like he's saying doctor, maybe.
She waits a few minutes and tries to, cool him down a little bit, put a damp cloth on his forehead and stuff, but then she says, I'm going to try again.
Okay. So that's kind of the same. Yeah.
What's the next level up?
I think it's 52. Oh, 45. Yeah. So, oh yeah, you're at desperate now. So that's good. That is better. 52 is impossible. So yeah, you're at 48. Yep. So I'm gonna whisper you something. This is kind of something you realize as you continue.
He, as more green is gushing out of him, she can feel some of the symptoms subsiding, but she can tell as her body is talking to his, telling it to, be in a certain shape, heal itself into, what it would normally be considered soundness and wellness. She senses that it's resisting, that it's different now. She looks back at Sadie and she says, his DNA it's being affected by whatever this is. It's not a sickness, it's more of a transmutation that's happening.
You can't fix that?
Well, it's not a sickness, it's not an injury, it's a metamorphosis.
Everybody inside the house, go ahead and do a read person. 29 is what you're trying to get. Oh yeah. Doctor, you can tell she's not surprised by this diagnosis.
You don't seem surprised, Miss Quinn. What aren't you telling me?
Do I have to tell you everything? You've been hired for a job to heal this man, and you've been unsuccessful. Your handler told me that he would be able to. So?
I have fixed what was wrong with him symptomatically, but I cannot change what he is. And what he is transforming.
He's gifted like you.
Once upon a time, I wasn't this way, and people made me this way. I have a feeling, she points to Lewis, that someone is attempting to do the same to him, yes?
No,
Someone...
I don't think so. I think you have it quite the opposite.
Well, who's this doctor he spoke of?
She sighs. Calls himself Dr. Dream? I stole him from a laboratory. Brought him here. They're trying to unmake him.
She says, why?
Why would a normal person try to unmake people that are stronger than them? Why do you think?
Oh, I thought you meant you brought Dr. Dream here to do this to him.
Oh, no. I stole him from the laboratory where they were doing this.
Oh, you
to
stole
them.
Lewis.
Yes.
Were you trying to save him?
I'm trying to save all of you. Because, eventually, we will need you when the darkness comes. And each of you can do a lore check if you would like. It would be just mundane. It's a mundane lore check. There you go.
Well, it's another thing Madison's good at, because she's lived a long time.
Raz, do you need sight? Probably do. Let me, should be able to see now. Oh, and Sim's here too. What a party. If you see her on a dark background, I suggest reloading the browser. That happened to me earlier when I gave myself sight on a token. It's just not updating for some reason. So Madison, fight against the darkness is a term that a group, you don't know much about them, but they're called, how are they called on them? Resist the darkness. There's some sort of, not necessarily a black ops group, people consider them a cult. And they came pretty much around when all the supers started coming around too. They prophesize that there's some darkness rising and that the supers will be used to fight this darkness. And that's really all you know, because they're very reclusive and esoteric, and no one really knows who they are. But you have a feeling that this is what she's talking about.
Okay. Does Madison feel like if she had any more experience or time with someone like Lewis, if she could make any progress with manipulating his cells, or if this is just something that is out of her capacity?
You think maybe if you had the right tools and the right knowledge, potentially.
Okay. She says, "Oh, you're one of those." And sighs. Well, if I had more, I don't know, if I knew more about what I was dealing with what substances, what the processes are that this Dr. Dream is using, then I would have a better chance of helping Lewis and anyone like him. But at the moment, I think all I can do is, I'll buy him some time.
Sadie scratches the back of her head. Well, I do know where his laboratory is, but I've got in once. I don't think I would survive a second time, as I'm sure he's up to security. If you want that information, or would be willing to go get it, you would have to break into his lab. Trust me, miss. If this works, they have more subjects. They have more of this substance. They'll use it on every super that's alive until you're all gone. And then the darkness will rise, and we will all perish.
How many people do they have?
Half a dozen, perhaps? Wraythe, go ahead and give me a perception roll, would you? As you're doing the perimeter thing, I'm assuming.
Yeah, although he's getting bored, so he's probably going to head in soon.
That's fine. Yep. Seems good out there.
Yeah, he's bored. He's just collided through the wall.
Yeah, you walk in as...
He's still silent and invisible.
Yeah, you walk as she asks how many people are in some place.
So, yeah, he'll become visible and substantial suddenly in the middle of the room.
Yeah, Sadie kind of jumps back and grabs her rifle and starts to level it, and then just kind of is a little Is he with you? Is he with you?
He's with us.
Okay. I never know what your kind can do or what side they're on.
Where's
Getting
his
boring
lab?
out there. They came in. How's it going?
She says that there's a laboratory where people like, and she points to Lewis, like him, are being experimented on. They're... sounds like whatever they're doing to them is meant to leech their gifts from them. I don't have what I need to be able to help him or anyone like him. If we did, and she looks at Vindicator, to breach this lab, we could not only help these people, but I'm sure, and she looks at Wraythe, what we find would be valuable. If we could find a way to stop this, to reverse this, or cure it even, there are people, I think, that would find that worth paying for.
No, you cannot do that. You cannot let it out in public. If it gets synthesized and moved around, it could be used for all sorts of things. A biological weapon against your kind. It must be destroyed. Use it
Do
to
you
save
think
them
that...
and to destroy it.
Well, I'm not entirely up to date with all that's possible today, but well, from what I understand, destroying information is nearly impossible.
Well, I mean, if it's not out on the net, right, you can just destroy the copy they've got in the lab, yeah?
I'll leave that for you to figure out. You're the gifted ones.
We go there. Kill the doctor. Save everybody there.
I like this one.
What about you, Wraythe?
Wraith looks a little bit confused. What's a doctor that's doing this? I mean, does he think he's like curing them or what? I mean, I don't get it. Is he one of those religious nutters?
I don't think so. I think he is trying to eliminate your kind. There could be any reason for it. The gas, they are not quite so sophisticated, I think.
Is he an enhanced person as well?
I believe his intelligence is certainly beyond human capabilities, so I suspect so. So it makes you wonder why he would do such a thing, as it could endanger his own power. Perhaps he wished to stand upon a pyramid with only himself. I do not know. I only know that it is detrimental to our cause to see all of you wiped out.
Is he like kidnapping people? Is that what is going on? I mean, if people don't want powers anymore, I don't think we can stop them.
Some parents sent their children there because they were special, and they didn't want their children to be special and mocked.
Oof.
So,
Wraith shakes his head. That's not quite the same thing, right?
exactly.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, if he's got kids there, right? We can't. No, we got to help.
You guys want to do a read person again?
Can try.
Definitely.
29. Gotta beat. I only expect perhaps Slip to succeed.
Yeah.
Ooh, I got
She's
it.
got kind of supernatural read person
Yeah.
body language.
That's pretty good for me.
That was good.
Ah, crap. It's hard to whisper, doctor. Shitballs. Hold on.
I love that you took away the trained thing.
Oh yeah, that was Wanderer. That was all Wanderer.
Yay! Good job, Wanderer.
Thank you.
Well, Miss Quinn, I think you're going to find that you'll get farther with honesty. I don't care anything about your cause, but if people are there against their will, I'm frigating them out, even if they aren't children.
She leans back against the table and kind of puts her elbows up on it and... Fine. Our cause is your cause. We are sympathetic to each other. I want your safety. So clearly, we must work together on this. I do have plans for the lab. It will help you get in. But security will be tight, since I already stole one of their patients. And apparently the greatest healer of your kind can't heal him. Yeah, I think that's what she was alluding to, yeah. That's up to you to how you want to take it in character, but yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's not really a matter of healing, but yes, I'm willing to go. Vindicator and Wraythe, are you willing to go? There's no children involved. That's something that she was using to manipulate us with, but I do believe that there are people there who need us.
Lewis is only 19. Isn't that a child, more or less?
You're all children to me.
Yeah. Vindicator looks at Sadie suspiciously for a minute, but then he nods to the doc. Yeah, absolutely. He needs to be stopped.
Let's wait for a Wanderer to get back. I think he's stepped away for just a second, so I don't want him to get kind of left out.
Madison goes back over to Lewis. Does he look like he's gonna make it any longer?
Oh
or
yeah,
is he
you don't
probably
think
gonna...
he's dying. You actually,
Okay.
I mean, his temperature is spiked from everything that she said. He's not trying to kill these people necessarily.
Right.
Yeah.
I just didn't know if he was unintentionally killing them. because
From the
process
essence
was hard.
checks, you don't think he's dying. He's just in some super state of, cellular change, which is just
Okay.
causing him just all kinds of, symptomatic issues.
Right. Okay. Well, I think Lewis is in no danger of dying. I suppose it depends on what we find and how fast we find it, whether we can stop this process. Lewis, do you want this change?
No, I like flying and fireball. And as he kind of sits there, his eyes flash kind of to what he probably looks like a lot to this, like his eyes like fire, like legit fire come out and smoke. And you have seen in the news there is a super called Fireball, and he is wreathed in flames, can shoot fire out of his hands and fly and yeah, that kind of thing.
Yeah, Madison steps back a little bit. Oh. That looks familiar. Well, what about you, Wraythe? Are you in?
She turns around to find that Wraythe has kind of reflexively become insubstantial, and he's kind of hovering there looking ghostly, and then slightly sheepishly becomes solid again and says, yeah, let's do this. Yeah.
All right. Show us those plans.
She's like, it's not on a piece of paper. This isn't... She looks at you and says, 1950. And she takes her cell phone and, who can I text it to?
Vindicator smiles at the doctor. Little shade thrown there.
Dr. Vitae just shrugs and says, well, I'm not giving you my number.
She just takes the cell phone and just flips it over to Vindicator.
Yeah. Wraythe says, well, first thing I'm going to do with this money is get myself a new phone. Lost mine weeks ago.
I hear that T-Mobile has a deal. She's just like, shakes her head like, why are we talking about this now?
She should go and meet our driver.
I used to have a family plan.
Right.
Yeah, Vindicator will start looking at the...
Yeah, it's a series of images of the building. It just looks like you can tell that it says let's see, something. It's just like a empty warehouse district. It's indescript building. You see a bunch of warehouse type buildings all around it. She's like, the address is there, and the address is also on the. You can see it's like a scanned or a image of a map. Somebody took a picture, and it's the handwritten, like a handwritten address. You don't know it offhand. It's somewhere in LA. But if you do a GPS, you can tell it's kind of in one of the industrial parts of the town.
Yeah, as he's looking it over, he looks to Sadie, what kind of security did he have?
When I was there, he had 4 guards. I killed 2 of them. I can't say what he has now, but I would assume it's more.
Do you know who's funding him?
No, I don't. Wished I did, but I don't.
Well, I think you boys probably know better what to make of that. And she kind of looks over at the plans on the phone than I do.
Yeah, there's a
But,
schematic too. It's not just the outside. There's a schematic of the building as well.
Sweet.
I suspect that the longer we wait, the more prepared he'll be.
Yeah, let's do this.
Right.
I should get your number in case we have any more questions.
Well, it's the best pickup line I've heard in a while. And she smiles slightly, and she tells you her number. Can I have my phone back? Text it to yourself.
Yeah, he'll definitely do that. Probably immediately, he'll take the suitcase too.
The briefcase.
Yeah. She doesn't protest or anything.
All right. Well, we'll be in touch. Madison looks back over her shoulder at Lewis. Just keep him comfortable.
I'll do what I can. I'm not a nurse.
Neither am I. And she'll walk out the door.
Go ahead and roll perception.
Is that all of us?
Yeah, except Wraythe.
Yes, I say we're going to find out what Wraythe wasn't able to see. Oh no.
Jeez.
We all walk into trees.
Yeah.
The trees got really close. They're ants. They're tree ants that are closing in on you. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to switch the scene here. So the exit is this way. Taggart's outside in the car, so he's not there. So I'm going to put you guys like right there. Where's the other two? You guys aren't in here. Oh. Okay, hold on. Must have made this before. Had your tokens. Oop. Vindicator. Okay. So that's kind of how I reckon that it was. I would like you to roll initiative. You will take a hardship to your initiatives as you are surprised by an ambush. So when it asks you for a hardship, say yes.
Oh, I need to re-roll mine.
Just go ahead and roll a d10 and we'll subtract it.
Okay.
Should I be in front of the dock? Since
That's fine. If that's how you would do it, that's fine.
Am I the first person to ever get negative initiative?
Probably. You usually don't get
Hey.
hardships on initiative. Okay. So you got a 5, right?
That's, yeah. 0.29, I guess. I'll change it.
I got it. You guys... Did you guys use the initiative button?
Yeah, I did.
Huh.
I used the combat menu.
Oh, okay, that's fine. That's
Yeah.
fine, that's fine.
Yeah, I used the combat menu.
Well, it worked for you. The other ones didn't work. I don't know. I'll have to look. It auto did the zeros, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you come out. Let me give me just a second here. If you want to take a bio, then please do.
Cool. I'll be right back.
Me too.
It's fine. Works. Yeah, Bo, I could have just not updated their sheets because I think they got created before I added to the template and stuff. It's cool. I'll go back and fix it. just add this for you guys, and I'll explain what I'm doing. I'm giving you each 3 AP. When you are surprised, you get a negative. You get a hardship to your initiative roll, and you get 3 AP added immediately. It's no good.
I'm back.
I don't know if slip left or...
I saw my initiative had like a -15 on it, which seemed a bit
minus
odd.
15? Oh, you took a hardship and it exploded. It's got to be what it was.
Right. Makes sense.
Slip. I guess she can't tell me when she's back if she's not back for me to.
Is this like just a porch here?
Yep.
Is it one of those screened-in ones, or is there any cover in it at all?
There would be like, yeah, very little cover. Yeah. Some. All right. So, you guys failed an ambush. And so when you fail an ambush, the first thing you do is you take a hardship to your initiative. We already did that. And the second thing is you add 3 to your AP immediately. So you will go after them. As you come out, a laser beam, a legit laser beam, comes in your direction. Give me a second. I'm gonna do this. The first guy is going to. Okay, let me look at these things first before I say what I'm gonna do. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. This one's gonna move. 1, 2. There's 5. So you don't see this yet. Okay, moves over there. Which one is it? Yeah, this is the one. This one shoots at Vindicator as it comes out. Hex 11. Let's see what the range of his wrist laser is. Range 8, so medium. Okay. Come back with you. Oh yeah, so ranged combat, we are not doing active dodging. So he just shoots. He's medium range. That is a miss. So as this this beam of light you kind of catch out of the corner of your eye, Vindicator, and it just smokes the wall behind you right here. Just and kind of leaves a scorch marks. It was 2 AP because they have fast attack for standard attack. Fast for standard attack, I should say. And then it is this one. He's going to also shoot Vindicator. This is low. You would have to get close to it and creep up next to it. It's like a low, like, I don't know, below waist level even. So this guy's going to shoot 2. Okay, too loud. Wrist laser at Vindicator again. Medium range. Ooh, that one hits. It's a solo shot. So that is 33 damage. That would give you a wound, I believe. What's your armor on your left leg? So we got 30 right now.
Left leg is 2.
Okay, so it's 28. So that would be a wound and an injury. So let me set that for you. So how does it look? Is it like this laser blast hits you in the left hip as it takes you unaware?
Yeah, I think the first one like blasts into the wall, and then he just jerks back as he's shocked, and he's trying to turn to say, "Get down!" And the next one hits him like right in the unarmored leg, and he falls down to the knee.
Okay. So Wraythe, would you would probably be, you wouldn't be invisible, but you might be incorporeal, right?
Yeah, no, I think he became solid, sadly.
Okay.
'Cause he got embarrassed.
So this one's going to shoot you then. Whoops. Where's the thing? There it is. 15, so that is medium range. It will shoot at you. Combat menu. Wrist laser. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. That's a miss. Over your head.
Hey.
Going 2. Oh my goodness. You get to go again. Yeah, I think the ambush effect is too harsh, so I'm gonna give you 1, because that actually makes sense. Changing the rules on the fly. Okay, you guys had 1 AP. That makes more sense to me anyway. Hold on, let me notate this down here. It's the first time I've ever used the ambush rules. They've been written for like 3 years.
Oh, okay. You're gonna scrap it and just be like, all right, they just go first.
No, I'm gonna give you guys 1 AP instead of 3. That way they're gonna go first every time, but they're not gonna probably go twice or anything like that.
Right.
Yeah.
They won't continue to pummel for 3 rounds.
It's too much. Go ahead, Slip. Yeah.
Right. She sees probably first the blast that hits Vindicator, and she reflexively reaches out to put a hand on his back, and she's gonna use her
Heal.
her heal ability. For some reason, I can't interact with my token.
Really?
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't have the select on. That would explain it. Okay. Power menu, heal.
Uh, 38. Oh, I didn't even mark his wound. Hold on 1 second. Oh, I look at what that was. It was 21 plus it was 33. It was 31 actually. That would be enough to heal it. And
Right, her heal of... Yeah, and she gets rid of the injury too. Well, the wound is converted to an injury, and the injury
so
is
there's one.
gone.
He has 1 injury then. So
Right.
how does that look as you do that?
He kind of stumbles forward, and as he does, she reaches forward, kind of touches the back of his neck, and he can feel his leg stabilize beneath him. The pain recedes, and like almost before he steadies himself, his leg is just a bit sore.
Nice.
And she looks around and she says, "I'm no use against these things. You take them out and I'll keep you alive." And she looks at both Vindicator and Wraythe.
Okay.
Sounds good, Doc.
Oh yeah, and you would added your endurance score to that too, actually, for your regenerate. So don't forget that.
Yeah.
So regenerate 2. It doesn't do anything for injuries, right? So let's see. In combat.
But it adds to my total
Yep,
healing roll,
yeah,
basically,
it would definitely
right?
do that. Yep. So he would get his endurance rank plus whatever you rolled.
Yeah, that'll be a great combo for us.
Let's see. In combat, your next turn, after suffering a wound, make a recovery check. Yep. So it's kind of moot for you now. So Vindicator, you think you would have regenerated, but the doc, she lays her hands on you and you feel instantly healed a bit. You do have like a scorch mark, but a lot better than what you would expect.
Nice.
What would you like to do? I would assume you're walking with your gun, so you don't need to draw it or anything.
Okay. Can he shift, or does it take an action to like shift?
There is a move and shoot. As of like last week, I believe you can move 1 and shoot for 2 hardships. Hold on. What is it? Bear with me. Gosh.
I think his helmet probably like retracts or whatever, and so he got his outfit on.
Maybe that was just in my mind that I did that.
I remember you mentioning it. If not, I'll shoot from there.
That's fine. Let's just do that for now. Because it's not in here. I must not have done it yet.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna. That one's up on the roof over there. Destroyer
Yep,
1.
I think he's. Whoops, sorry, didn't mean to move you. He's 11 away. I don't know what your range on your gun is. It's probably going to be medium. Yeah, range 12. It's medium. Yeah. Just remember all your abilities and stuff. Like you have Weapon Master, so you're going to give yourself a benefit. Now, let me see. Your guns, is it 6? No, it's 4. So yeah, you would actually give yourself a benefit. Mm-hmm.
Cool. Semi-automatic.
Now, if you can switch your mode. Are you going to do semi-automatic?
Yeah, we'll do semi.
Okay, so
auto.
give yourself a -3 in your additional mods.
So 1 benefit.
1 benefit, and then when I ask you for additional mods, put a -3 in there.
-3. For letting out like a burst.
And then
And-
your post-roll damage is doubled, basically, when you do that. Okay, that's a hit. So so it's going to be plus 24. So that's 38. Yeah, 38. Hit it in the torso. Yes, that's definitely a wound. Yeah, let's see here. Yeah, so 14 plus 24. So I got the 24 because you did a semi-auto burst of 2. So that doubles the piercing damage of 12 to 24. Plus your success of 14. So 38. 38. Mortal. So it takes a wound and an injury. Boom, boom. Yeah, how does it look as you smoke it with...
Yeah, right after she heals him, he's like, he says, nice. And then he stands up, his armor retracts, the gun is like instantly in his hand, and he unloads a short burst of rounds up onto the roof, blasting into the thing's chest and leg, and he shouts back to them to get cover.
Wraythe, what would you like to do?
I think the quickest thing he can do to get into cover, to get safe, is just to move one step here. So he's going to do that.
Okay, you're at 2 then. Let's see.
Yeah.
So.
And he'll call out to Madison to get behind Vindicator.
Okay. So they're going to act. The one up here is. Oh, he's going to shoot at. Let me see. Roll 1d2. Shoots at Vindicator from here. 10 hexes. These things have something else, right? What am I missing? Yeah. Yeah. Range 6. Ooh, that's out of... That would be long range. Yeah, it's actually going to move. 1, 2, 3, 4. It moves up 4. Okay. It is the other thing's turn. Which one? Turn down. Okay. This one is going to do... It's going to be in medium range, just barely. It's going to use a stun beam on Vindicator.
No!
Defense. Range. Okay, it hit. It doesn't do any damage, but it stuns you, which increases your AP by 4. So you get hit by this beam, and you're just like, kind of like taken aback. Let me make sure though. Actually, 1 second. You might be able to roll against stun. I want to make sure. I'm using a lot of things I've not ever actually play tested before, so give me a sec. Sorry. I think you guys will roll something.
Resilience?
No, you don't get to. I think you should be able to. Yeah, go ahead and roll. I would say. Roll stamina.
My attacks go against... Yeah.
Yeah, roll stamina. You gotta beat, what did he roll? You gotta beat a 2. So... So yeah, it hits you, but does no effect.
Yes!
Yeah, change this thing.
Oh, thank goodness. It sucked.
Oh yeah.
You're probably the only one of us that can kill these things, so we need you to stay up.
That'd be so terrible.
So write down notes. Okay, the other one is going to try to stun Madison. Let me see how far technically they are away. 9. Yep. Medium range, just barely. Stun beam. Boom. 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 Medium. 24.
Okay. So what do you roll to resist
Stamina.
that?
You gotta beat 24.
Okay.
Come on, Doc.
Yes.
Hey.
Yeah, it hits you, but somehow you're able to shake it off.
She's physically fit.
Feet. It's too far. He'll run to there. Okay, I think it's Wraythe's turn.
Okay, he's going to become insubstantial.
That's an activate for 2. Okay. You're insubstantial. It is...
Is it my turn?
No.
No.
It is Destroyer 1's turn.
Oh.
Yeah, they're going to... This one that's hurt is going to move closer. Actually, no. It's going to do an activation. You see, like, the frame gets smaller as it self-transmutes. So it is going to self-transmute. Let's see. How do I do that on here? +1 agility, -1 strength. That takes 2. His defense is up. The other one's going to do the same thing as they go into a defensive mode real quick. Self-transmute. His defense is up. Okay, they both spend 2 AP to do that. Now it is your turn.
Okay. I guess she's gonna just move inside to give Vindicator space to maybe get cover here in the doorway. So that's just a move.
Okay.
2?
Yeah,
Is that 2
level
AP?
2, yep. It would be... Wraythe, it's your turn.
Okay. He's going to go sprinting in this kind of direction.
Okay, just tell me how many hexes you move.
Unless he can, if he can see anything, I don't think he can see. He can see this guy, but he can't see anything else. So yeah, he's aiming to sprint. I believe there's a door here and a wall around there. So he's aiming to end up on the.
Yeah, you can just
other
run through
side
anything you
wall.
want. That's no problem.
Yeah. So I guess is this the outside wall of the cavern? I can't
Yes,
remember.
it is. That would be. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So he'll aim for there, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think.
Okay, so that'd be 3 for you.
That. Yeah. Through
Okay.
here. I need to go one more, but the wall's stopping me.
Oh, I'll pull you through.
Thanks.
That do it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess you wouldn't want to be partly in the wall.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
he'll go
You
one more.
it just kind of the way the hexes line up. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Go there. That's where he's aiming to be.
Destroyer 3, who had ran. It's his turn. He is going to try to stun beam Vindicator, but he is going to aim first. So that would be put him at 6. And that would cut the run off. No more running. Does that... Yeah, okay. Okay, these guys that had transmutated themselves are going to come closer. 1, 2, jumps down. 3, 4, 5, 6. That one runs. That was that one. That was 6. That's 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 3 on him. They're running, so 3. This one that had aimed, so he's aiming 1, and he is going to shoot at you with a stun beam, Vindicator. Stun beam, yay, with a 1 benefit for aim. He's at medium range still. Whew, give me a stamina roll versus a 41.
Oof.
Jeez.
You can, before you roll, you can spend benefits to give yourself, or I'm sorry, spend fate to give yourself 1 benefit if you want. That's something you can do.
And the benefit...
Extra roll dice. I don't think you're close to your cap, so...
Yeah, I should probably do that.
You can spend as many as you want on 1 roll. You could burn for plus 22 if you really wanted to. First session of a long game, I don't know if you want to do that, but...
Yeah, I'll just spend 1.
So just when it asks for benefits, say 1.
Whoops.
Oh, yes, sir. It does not stun you.
Nice.
It does not stun you.
A monster.
That was detrimental to our survival, I think.
Doctor, you're up.
She was AFK, I don't know if she's
Okay.
back.
Give her a second. Wraythe, you're up. You can go in her place. Okay.
I'm
you're good.
sorry. I am up. I'm not gonna do anything other than delay, I guess.
Yeah, you can delay.
Yeah. That's good.
How much would you like to delay?
So what do you have to... I'm basically delaying until I can see something that needs doing.
Can I shout, like, grab the door?
Yeah, she can do a instead of a delay, you could do a... I mean, it might serve you better to do a delay. You could alert...
She's not gonna shut the door. She actually says, back up into the doorway.
Yeah. I was thinking about actually, like, shooting out through mostly closed door, hoping that they wouldn't get many shots on both of us. But yeah, he doesn't have time to explain that or anything.
Right.
He just yells, "Grab the door!" You know.
Okay, well, she's got kind of... She grabs the door with 1 hand, but she's not really doing anything. I'd say she's just waiting. You know what? I think I'll do... I'll just do full defense.
Okay.
So I'll be on 11, I guess, when I can go again.
Okay. Wraythe.
Okay, so Wraythe is planning to become substantial again, but first he's going to draw his pistol. Might as well do that first.
You can't interact with anything physical. You have Incorporeal 3, right?
Yeah, but I figure it had to become incorporeal or it wouldn't have got through the wall. So I can't actually fire it at anyone. It's not going to do any good. but I can.
Okay, that makes
I figured
sense,
I
I
could-
think. Okay,
I
that's
could-
fine.
I could draw
Yeah,
it.
you want to
but I
quick
need
draw
to
it, or you
make-
want to normal draw it? Acrobatics.
What's the difference? No, he'll normal draw it. He's not skilled enough to
9.
do anything
Okay.
fancy.
You draw it. It is Destroyer. Destroy is free, that one right there. He's gonna stun beam Vindicator. Medium. 11. Gotta beat a stamina of 11. They don't want to kill you guys. They want to use you as test subjects. Come on. Yeah.
Nice.
Vindicator, you're up.
I am gonna move. It's right there and try to get cover.
How many hexes did you move?
That was 2. I think that was
you're
2.
10. Oops. Alright, it appears to be Destroyer 4, who has no idea Wraythe is there, so he keeps moving. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Runs right there.
Get to the chopper.
On it.
Let's see. So these guys are next. This guy's gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Runs. He's at 12-2. Where's this other guy? Where are you, other guy? There he goes. 1, 2. He just moves 2. He is not running. Oops, that's wrong.
If we close the door, they go away, right?
Wraythe, you're up. Yeah, sure.
Okay. Wraythe is going to. I guess he's going to move to about here, and he's going to kind of hug the corner of the building and look out before it becomes substantial.
Yeah. You're at 10. You moved, right? Yeah, you have pretty decent cover there. Vindicate. Nope. It's this guy back here. You're not becoming substantial yet, I'm guessing. Right? So he doesn't know.
No.
So he runs.
I am visible though.
Yeah, I'm not sure he'd see past all this junk, though.
Fair enough. Yeah, I won't be making a lot of noise.
Okay, he runs up there. He's running. They're all running to get inside, basically, at this point. Let's see. It is Vindicator's turn. As he is
What's the
Hodoring.
blast radius
Blast radius?
on my 40mm?
Your grenade? Well, what does it say? What does it say? It says explosive what?
Explosive.
Isn't it 2 or 3 or something like that?
Explosive 3.
So yeah, it would be 3 hexes in any direction it hits.
So if I shot it right here,
Yep. It would hit you. 1, 2, 3. Yep, it would hit you.
oh, that would
Yep.
hit me. I would have to shoot it here.
Yeah, this one would not hit you.
Or here? How about
Yeah, you can figure that out.
Yeah, right there. And I could maybe get 3 of them. 1, 2. Oh, 1, 2. That would get all 4 maybe.
I think there. Or yeah, or there. Either one. Yeah. Oh yeah, either one.
Is that possible?
Yeah, why not?
I think I only got one shot in those 40mm under
You
barrel
would have
grenades.
to reload, yep, afterwards.
One shot might be all you need.
I'm gonna do it. Because this is scary.
Okay, it'll be against their base defense. So it'll ask you to target one of them. You can go click one of them. They should all have basically the same. There's some of them that are a little different, but you just go ahead and figure that out. So just do your grenade launcher.
If I click,
Do grenade launcher, and it says target. Just target one of them. And then so your actual, what's the range on the grenade launcher?
let me see real quick.
Just blow up the house.
That's an 8.
Okay,
Range
so
8.
which hex are you shooting?
That one is...
Just ping it for me.
This one.
Okay, so medium range.
Okay.
You can point it.
Here we
with that
go.
one, That's fine. Okay, it's going to be a hit. Okay, let's see. 14. Alright, so which one did you point at? You pointed at destroyer number... What can I see? What does it say?
I think it's 1. Destroyer 1.
Yeah, okay. Destroyer 1, that would be this one, right? Okay, so for destroyer 1, negative 28, is that right? 28. Oh yeah, that's correct. So negative 28. Okay, so 14 plus minus 3 because he was running. So 11 plus 20. Oh, actually, you shot here, right? 1, 2.
Yeah.
So it's 10. So it's 21 damage to him. So that is a wound. Oh, does he have armor? Hold on. I'm sure he does. But not against other. Which is, this is other damage because it's explosive. So 21 unsoaked damage to this guy. That should be mortal. I don't know why it doesn't say that. That should definitely be mortal. Okay, so he takes a wounded and injury. Destroyer 21 does. Or 1. Fix that guy. 2. 2. This one is 28, so it's going to be the same thing as him. 14. Right here, right? So
Yeah.
24. He was not running. He takes a wounded and injury. So this one's 2 away as well. So he's going to take a wounded and injury as well, just like the other one did. He's got 26, yeah. Wound injury. So this other one, I think is, I think is actually 3 away. Yeah. So he's going to take 5 plus whatever this is. So 19 minus 3. So this guy only takes an injury. So describe how you like shoot this grenade launcher out the door and it hits all 4 of them.
Yeah, he turns as they're all like firing it and coming towards them, shooting these lasers and stun blasts, and shouts to the doc to grab the door, and he just does like a probably a combat roll into the doorway and rolls up and fires this 40mm grenade right through a couple of them, and the blast blows up, sending dirt and like a shockwave all through the windows of the front of the porch. Yeah. I didn't think I was going to use that thing. I was like, no, I'm not going to use it yet. I'm not really good with it yet.
Wraythe, you're up.
Okay, so he's going to become substantial
Yep.
now.
That's free action.
This stuff takes longer than I'd anticipated, but oh, it's free. Oh,
Yeah,
great.
Yeah, turning it off is free.
So, okay, he's going to attack this guy.
I'm pretty sure that's going to be medium range. What is your...
Hey.
Let's see. Semi-auto pistol is 10 and he's 6. Yep, medium range.
Okay.
Are you going to do a rate of fire of anything?
No, just single
Okay.
shot 'cause he's not very good. 0, range, medium. Oh,
It hit.
It's a hit.
It's 12 damage to the torso. It does have piercing armor of 8. So that is not going to hurt it. Plus it's running, -3. Yeah, it ran last time. That did not hurt it.
Okay.
Madison.
Yeah, I guess she'll do... You can hear me,
I
right?
can.
My Discord's been crazy. Okay, she's gonna interact. She'll kind of grab the door. So basically, let's assume that the door is kind of in between
Sure.
her and Vindicator. So he's got like the space that he can shoot out of, but she's kind of behind the door. So I guess that's one move.
Okay.
Oh no, to interact. I'm
So you
sorry.
close the door.
Yeah. Well, almost all the way. I think Vindicator's in the door.
Yeah, we'll give him one cover. So this one's gonna try to
Okay.
shoot Vindicator with stun beam. 2d6 res. I'm trying to understand their dodge or their range. Range dice is 2d10. Yeah. Okay. So this guy's going to try to shoot you with its stun beam. It is basically close range. Benefit none. Hardship none. Close. Boy, it's actually point blank, not close. 2. That's still probably not going to get her done. Go ahead and roll stamina for me. Yeah. Hits you, but they're hitting you with these things, but you're just not going down. And this one, who's going to take a -3 to its roll, it's actually going to shoot as well. So it does a stun beam towards you. They're just dumb robots. It's -3 to this roll. He is point blank or adjacent. 6, go ahead and roll stamina. Yeah. This one does the thing. Stun beam. Also point blank or adjacent. Hit. Go ahead and roll stamina. It's auto success. So, maybe not. Go ahead. It's going to be, but
Makes him feel like a superhero for a
yeah.
second.
You're just getting ping, 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 and it's just not doing anything. All right. It is one more of these things. It's actually just going to... no, it's just going to shoot, because if I aim, you're going to move. Flank adjacent. 22. Roll stamina. And fail. Roll less than a 22, please.
No. No.
No. Not even close. Okay. Who is up? It is Madison's turn.
Oh, yeah.
I think I'm going to interact with my cell phone and text Taggart under fire. Do you see anyone out there?
You get a text back. No. Just with like 5 exclamations. Should I drive closer?
She says, set off car alarm.
He sits back, my car alarm? It's just, and then it'd be somebody else's turn. It's like, what?
She says yes. That, I think that's
No
all we can
way in hell.
reasonably do.
Vindicator, you're out.
Fuck yes.
Right? Yeah, you have to spend AP to text just for the 30s.
Yeah.
She's probably not the
Google,
fastest
text
texter.
him. That's the way it goes.
She's using
Right.
voice to text. She's got like a button for that.
Wraythe, that's what Wraythe does. He's programmed your phone to act quickly. Okay, Grandma, here you go. Vindicator, you're up.
Is there I don't see another option, just semi-auto.
Well, you could
can I-
spray. So spray. Let's look it up. This might be a good option for you. Using semi-automatic or automatic weapons allows the attacker to hit multiple targets. Using ranged weapons with a rate of fire greater than 1. Blah 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 blah. Make one attack, but split the base attack value in half for each target. If there is a remainder, use the higher half against the first defender. So basically, you're going to attack, and you're going to split your attack in half. If it hits them, great. If now it might miss, so just roll guns. I think it'd be easier to just roll guns.
Okay.
Yeah, they're base defense pretty high.
So can I split between two?
Yeah, you
these
split
two
between
here?
two. It depends on what your range of your range is, but yeah. So yeah, just do your point blank. So there'll be no range dice if you want to shoot these two right in front of you. But yeah, you can use spray, and spray costs 5 AP.
Okay, and I'm just gonna click guns.
You could do semi-automatic rifle, just point it at one of them, but it'll be. I would just do guns because it'll be easier to do the math that way.
Okay, I'll just do that then.
Because we're gonna have your total since there's no range dice anyway, so that's good.
Any benefits or anything like that?
Mm.
I got it for the
you
weapon
just have
master.
one. Yeah, you always have one.
Yeah, point blank. Okay. Hope this is good.
So that's 15. That's gonna miss them both.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, that was a terrible roll.
Yeah, I think when the doors
Oh
are
no,
closing.
you pointed at somebody. Hold on. Okay, so it's actually 58.
That's actually a really good hit.
58.
Oh shit.
So that's what is that?
Nice.
That's 2.
Oh yeah, it asked for me to target somebody.
This is going to be, let's see. Calculator. What did I say? 58. So I say 58 divided by 2. So that's 29 each. That's going to, I think it's going to hit them both just barely by 1. So that one's got 20 because they're different. So the first one has 28, the top one. So that hits him by 1. So 1 plus 24 because you're doing rate of fire. So that one, you hit that one up there. So that's a injury and a wound on the top one. And it's going to be injury and the wound on the bottom one because it's by 3 more actually. Because his base defense is lower. So how does it look as you just like mow them both down, just spray in your...
Yeah, as she closes the door, like, nicely, the barrel's sticking out and blaster shooting in and hitting him in the chest, but he rakes the bullets, just kind of unloads on those 2 pieces and chunks flying off of them.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I forgot to subtract the damage, but that's okay. Go ahead. So yeah, I think, yeah, let me look at this. Actually, it'd probably just take injuries. 24. Yeah, they both just take injuries. Hold on. But it still hurts them. Because they have piercing armor too. Okay. Alright, so it is Wraith's turn.
Yeah, he's going to try and shoot at this guy again.
You can't aim, remember, to increase.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think he probably needs to. He's going to aim 3.
Okay. So that'll put you at 16. What just happened? There you go. 16.
Actually, can I aim 2 instead?
Yes.
Okay, I'll do that. I'll aim 2. Thanks. Sorry.
And it's a bunch of their turns. Destroyer 4 shoots with the beam. Actually, like their protocols are going, and it starts aiming at Vindicator 5 times.
Aiming big.
This one too.
Stun blast ineffective.
Right. This one as well. They see you as the biggest threat, clearly. That one too is going to do the same thing. So all 4 of them are aiming at you. It is Madison's turn, yeah.
How are they moving? Are they just like on robot legs?
Yeah, more or less.
They're not hovering or
No,
flying or anything. Okay. Is this a window right here?
Door. This one?
It's a
open.
door? Yeah. Okay. She's going to kind of try to tug Vindicator back and slam the door while pointing over here and saying, "Let's make a dash for the car. These things are somewhat incapacitated. I think that we can make it with very little threat."
Let's go.
So I'm interacting. I'm closing the door all the way.
It's closed. They would take a severe... The stun beams can't work, basically. They can't shoot through the door. But the real ones can.
And if I'm still the next person to go...
Wraythe,
no, that's
Wraythe,
Wraythe. Wraythe's next.
You've aimed twice. What is your...
Yep.
What is your... So just to make sure, because... what is your guns? Your guns is 2. Your agility is...
2.
So, yep, you can use both benefits. You can use them both.
Cool. Excellent. So, I'll do that then.
Okay.
Semi-auto pistol on this guy. Benefits 2. Mod 0. No hardships. And medium range.
Miss.
Ah. Okay.
Yeah, it just goes just over the head. Madison, you're up.
she's just gonna move. So I guess she's gonna start running. How far can I
10.
get in a run?
You can go 10. Yep.
10.
As long as it's
So
generally
1,
in
2,
one straight-ish direction. These are hexes.
that's
Yeah, these are
5.
fine.
And, what do I remember from this room? How do I get out? Was there a way? Okay.
Yeah, but you
6,
see, like, Sadie and she's like, "What are you doing? Are you leaving us?"
Come on.
She grabs Lewis, and he's unable to get up.
Madison kind of looks back over her shoulder, and says, "Vindicator, we need to get Lewis out of here."
All right. How many did you move? Did you move 5?
That's,
10.
That
Yeah.
was 10.
So you're good. You're at 22, and you are running. Not that I think it matters, but give me 1 second. No, that's not what. Oh, come on. Let's say he's down. Yeah, he's probably squished because of the hexes. It is Vindicator's turn.
Alright, the door is closed. They cannot move. I have a flaw.
Bloodlust.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be. You can't like leave anybody alive. Essentially, they're robots. I mean, I wouldn't interact it. I wouldn't make you do that.
It's not as fun. It's breaking Legos.
Okay, cool. But she says we got to get him out. You know, I think. Let me look, see where he is.
He's down here in the same room she is.
Okay. He's gonna start backpedaling then, with still aiming at the door. If I can do
Yeah,
that.
you can move. You can't run, but you can do the move action.
That'd be is that
You can
4
go as far as
or-
5.
There you go. Yeah, try to get cover on that doorway
Yes,
there as he's backpedaling. And then he'll say, yeah, get him out of here.
Wraythe, you're up again. You see a car. You see Taggart's car kind of out of the corner of your eye pull up there.
Okay, I figure they must have called for him, so I'm going to start running in that
Okay,
direction.
right.
Actually, no, I suppose I should see if they need help. So I'm gonna become insubstantial.
Okay, that's 2 AP. Alright. So they all actually they all fire their normal blasters. They're lasers instead of their beams. So they all fire and they blow the door to pieces. They're kind of hoping that Vindicator was behind it still. He is not. So they destroy the door and see he's not there. And it is Wraythe's turn.
Okay, he's first of all just going to take a step through the wall. If you can move me through.
Yep.
Okay. Steps through and sees everyone there and says to Vindicator,
What do we do? What do we do?
Vindicator says, I'm gonna hold him off, but you get him to the car.
All right.
okay.
And they start coming. It's a run. Yeah, Vindicator, they are not giving up. But this one actually... comes this way. Oh, that was the wrong person. Sorry. You're at 22. Alright. It is Wraythe's turn again.
Before I move, if this guy's here, I'm just going to shoot
Definitely.
at him. I'm just going to shoot at him before I go because it's so close.
You're at point blank range. Put a -3 on your
Okay, -3 additional mods.
yeah, -3 on additional mods because they're running.
Okay.
Miss.
Nope.
Oh, damn it.
That's
Yeah,
tough.
so that's
That's
close.
tough. Okay, you're at 24 now. It is Madison's turn.
Sorry, I should have just run.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'll move.
It's all good. I
I'll
was
move
saying,
up here and I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, I'm sorry. I was just telling him. I was just saying, damn it, kids, you missed. I was rooting for you.
I need more training.
Yeah, more time at the firing
Okay,
range.
you moved up there.
Yeah, she says, Quinn, you grab one arm, and she kind of leans down, like next round she's going to interact to kind of.
Yeah,
Help
there's a
him up.
drag action too if you just want to use that. I would say that's good.
Sure.
Drag is 1 to 3, so you basically can move them as long as you grapple them for free. I would say that's just whatever, and then you can move up to 3 hexes with them.
Okay.
Uh,
That's what
Okay.
we'll do.
and I think it's No, it's your turn again, so we can do that. So you can move 3, and then Quinn will help you.
This is the direction the door's
Yeah.
in. I can't really
Yeah, that's
see.
fine.
Okay.
It's with. Okay, hold on. So that's. Yeah, she grabs him by the legs. Vindicator, you're up.
He is going to try to shoot that one in front of him.
Okay, you're going to be point blank. Do not. Well, yeah, he's going to just let base defense go. So go ahead. You're going to do a -3 and additional mods because he's running.
Okay. And can I do just a single shot?
It will. Yours is a semi-automatic weapon, or I don't remember. It is, yeah. So yes, you can. You can do a single. So no negative to your attack then.
Okay. There's no button for it. It just says the rifle. That's fine,
yeah.
right?
Just the semi-automatic is just that stuff is just post-roll modifier
Okay.
damage multipliers.
All right, here we go.
Hit. That's 14 damage minus 8. Not enough to hurt it. Yeah.
Damn it.
Ting! Bounces off its armor. That puts you at 29. Okay. So it's this destroyer in front of you first. It's gonna aim 4 times.
Wow, that was a lot of low rolls.
The other 24 is this one. He is actually gonna delay. Can't get through. Actually, I don't think it would delay. I think it would try to move back out. I'm not gonna let it run though. I have to move to here for 5. So it goes back around the other way. Looks like Wraith's turn. Again.
Okay, Wraith's going to go running after the others.
Okay. How would you like to do that?
They went off round
Yep.
here, right? Okay, so he's going to 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops. Ah. Hold on. Let me do that again. Round to here. Round to there. So 6.
Okay. You're running though? Okay.
Yeah.
So that puts you through 7. Alright. I think it is Madison's turn.
Oh wait, I think there's one destroyer at 26, 28.
You're
Oh,
29.
no, I go first.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Okay, I'm dragging out. I can't really see where the
It's
door
right in
is,
front of you.
but
Just go boop. There you go.
okay. So, she looks around,
Yeah,
sees
the
the
car,
car,
has come over here now.
drags everybody over here.
Okay.
I think that's 3.
29 then. Alright. There's actually, I might be able to, is there a, yeah, there's, sorry. There you go. Okay. So now it's this other destroyer. It's going to try to shoot the car. Yeah. That's right. Shoot the car.
Is it moving?
The car? Slowly towards you.
Okay.
I'm just gonna target. I'm gonna target. Yeah, you. What's the medium range? Oh wow!
good.
Look at those hardships. So yeah.
Yep.
Well, that's double. Okay, so it doesn't have any wounds. Okay. Wow. Okay. It's just awful. Yeah, it misses. Just shoots over top of it. Somehow.
Damage to its sensors.
So it is Destroyer 2 is going to do the same thing. Try to shoot the car.
Crap. Do you have a bunch of them on you out there?
They're trying to shoot the car. So, yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, that hits it, I would say. Let's do this. 6. What does its structure be? I would say it's damaged. If it gets shot one more time, it's gonna be inoperable. Yeah, it shoots the back of it, and it just like Taggart slides kind of forward in the car. Just comes to a sudden jolting halt. Wraythe, you're up.
Okay, so Wraith is still following the others, so he's going to come through. 1, 2, 3. Except he's going to run past them now, so 5, 6, 8. He's going to run to there.
Okay. So you'd be at 4. Okay. All right. It looks like the one pointing at Vindicators. Yeah,
Actually,
go ahead.
would he be able to, once he saw the car, actually run
Yeah,
2
yeah,
more
you
to
can.
there?
Mhm. Yeah, it's just
Cool,
one more
thank
AP.
you. I'll do that
Yeah.
then.
Okay, you're next to Taggart. Looks at you and he's like, "Get in, hurry, hurry, hurry!" He looks very distressed. Okay, so let's see here. All right, ascending. So yeah, the destroyer right in front of Vindicator is going to fire with a stun beam with 4 benefits. Make sure that's not going to mess things up. That would. So he's going to keep 2 extra die since he's capped. because he would be rolling more than double his attribute, which you can't do. So, not Thrust Laser, Stun Beam. So I'm going to have to do this by hand. Okay. So his total would be +8. So a 23. You can do a stamina roll on that. So it's not going to matter. Let me make sure. Okay, he had 1 explosion, so he's good. Oh no, his hardships didn't explode. Okay, yeah, you're fine. He hits you with the stun beam, but it does nothing again. Okay. What's that one? Let's see. This one's gonna shoot the car again. Yeah, he shoots the car, Wraythe, and you're like right there, and it hits like something in the back, maybe the fuel, and it explodes. And I would like you to make we're gonna make a hazard check on you. We'll just call it a rank 3, so it's gonna be 6d10, keep 3. And they explode. I'd like you to make a dodge roll.
Dodge.
Nice dodge.
Yeah, so it does not harm you, but the car explodes and you see Taggart go up in flames.
Oof.
Poor Taggart.
You didn't deserve that. I mean, probably not. Almost.
That's all right.
And this one moves down. Runs right on the other side of this burning. Where's the guy? Come on. Okay. 32. All right. Could have went better. Okay, this guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Moving. Oh, he's already running. Let's see. It is Madison. You see the car explode in front of you with Lewis next to you.
Her eyes go wide. She says, "Back into the house. Quinn, do you have a vehicle?"
I have a motorcycle.
How did you get him here on a
Threw
motorcycle?
him over right in front of me. That's all I have.
She backs, uses the drag to basically get back
The motorcycle is over here.
inside.
Let me get one. Find one.
Madison gets on the bike and rides.
Yeah, Madison gets on the bike. She's not gonna do that.
Would be funny though.
They can't see who I am.
All right. She backs into the house and says, "Vindicator, throw me something." She doesn't have any weapons.
Oh my god.
I mean, she doesn't fight robots.
I'm sure he's got a lot to spare.
Yeah.
I actually have a combat knife.
How many AP to move back in? How many did you use?
3. I mean, it was the drag.
Yeah, okay, so 32. So he's back in, you're back in. Okay.
I haven't been able to afford my armor
Vindicator,
yet.
you are up,
All right, well-
facing down this thing.
I'm gonna blast this thing. This thing needs to be vindicated.
Semi-automatic burst. This will be a burst, yeah.
Sure, it's just -3.
-3 at point blank.
Let's just turn this off.
Come on, give me some love. Give me some love.
Yeah.
That's double.
So that's 44 minus 8. 36. That's an injury and a wound. Boop, boop. All right. Yeah, you blast it, but you know.
Yeah. Blowing more chunks off of it. Tick, 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 tick.
32. Let's see. So the destroyer in front of you, it's its turn. Like it is very it needs to stun you. It wants to stun you.
Do these things have like physical blasters that they're holding?
They're actually made into their wrists. Yeah.
Could these like just be removed and then used on them? The lasers?
Maybe. I wonder how many times I've shot. I think this thing needs to reload, actually, so it's going to reload. So that's 3 AP. You see it, like, do this thing. It, like, moves its arm down to clunk and reloads its stun. This one is just going to run down 2, 3, 4, 6. Getting in on Wraythe there. He's running. Man, didn't think you guys would struggle this bad.
We've only
Well,
begun
I
to
can't
struggle.
attack.
It is your turn. Or actually, it's not. It's this thing. On the other side of the car, smoldering car. It's going to start to walk around. Well, it starts to walk around. 2, 3. It just walks around. It doesn't care. Okay. So 32s. Okay. This is a long one.
Are these things all power 3?
Oh yeah. This one up here begins to give chase. Moves 3. All right, Madison, is your turn now.
She asks, Quinn, do you have any weapons?
She has a rifle.
Yeah, she'll look around like, where is it?
It's over her shoulder. She's been dragging him, so she didn't have it out.
Madison will reach for the rifle and say, take him to the corner. Actually, I mean, I have, like, no ranged skill. Madison's probably better off shooting. But, I mean...
Yeah, no, yep.
I mean, Quinn. But, Dr. Vitae has more physical resistance, probably. So she's reaching for the rifle.
Okay. Okay, you grab the rifle. That's just interact action. The Vindicator.
All right. I'm gonna blast this thing again. Is it possible to make like some kind of check to see if I could take its arm?
I think that would be almost
take its-
impossible during combat. It's like hooked in there. You would have to disassemble it with tools and stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a hit. That's 20, 24, 28.
Times 2
28
bursting.
minus 8. Yeah, 20. That's only an injury, actually. Yeah, these things are just... You're getting frustrated because you're like shooting them, but they're not going down, you know? As this happens, Wraythe, what would you like to do? Actually, I'll let you go first.
Wraythe is going to turn invisible.
Okay. Let's do. Yeah, the things.
Because he's kind of surrounded.
Yeah, wise. As this happens, Lewis, like, put me down. I know what I can do. I think I can do it. Just let me get out there. Yeah, I'll just let you guys react, because he's like staggers kind of away from you guys and just trying to get outside.
Guess Madison's the only one who'd see.
Yeah, Madison says, "Are you sure?" But she doesn't try to stop him. She'll kind of prop him up with the arm that doesn't have that she didn't grab the rifle with, knowing that the situation's looking pretty grim.
He looks to you and says, "Thanks for trying to save me. All over anyway. Let me return the favor." And as he steps beside you, he turns in this massive fireball. Sadie has to move out of the way. He walks out, and as he does, the fire grows and grows and grows and grows, and then all of a sudden, there's a massive explosion, which knocks everyone to their feet behind him, and just incinerates these two destroyers. And we're gonna see how you fare, Wraythe.
Yeah, because he wouldn't even know I was there. So.
Yeah, he doesn't see you. I don't know that he would care. So we're gonna do a third. We'll do this again. Beat a 19. That's all you gotta do for dodge.
Okay, it's dodge.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go on. Dodge. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're able to kind of like jump back in those woods there as this fireball just incinerates all these things. And Vindicator, how do you finish off this last one that keeps trying to stun you aimlessly?
Yeah, I think he has to like even reload while the thing's shooting at him, blasting into his chest, and then finally he puts the barrel in its face and blasts chunks of metal and hydraulic fluid out of its body. He turns towards the others. Fucking robots.
Yes, fucking robots. But she says this kind of distantly as she's looking out the door at this giant ball of flame.
Yeah, there's nothing but fire out
Lewis?
there, really. And you guys don't
No,
see
she-
Wraythe anywhere either. Which you're not sure if that... Yeah.
Wraith! But she kind of circles this flame. Lewis, are you in there somewhere?
Oh, there's definitely no response.
I don't think he made it.
Wraythe comes stumbling out of the bushes. He's becoming visible, and he's kind of patting out small fires on his clothing. His clothing's pretty scorched. And he sort of coughs a little bit and says, "What was that? Was that Lewis?"
That was Lewis.
Oh, poor bugger. Brave though.
Guess he still had it in him.
He just kind of shakes his head. Doesn't seem to know what to say.
Vindicator's armor retracts as he looks towards the fire and looks at the car too. Doesn't say anything, he just shakes his head.
I came here to save him, and he saved us. I think we owe it to him to find this Dr. Dream. Make sure he doesn't do this to anyone else.
Say, they know where we are now. We need to leave before they send more of those things.
How did they know in the first place, Quinn?
They must have tracked us. I thought, or tracked him. I don't know.
Well, we can't all fit on your bike.
If they tracked me
better
on
start.
the bike, maybe I should go in a different direction regardless. There's no way they tracked you.
I'm going to head toward the road, see if I can flag someone. Let's go.
Vindicator's gonna grab the briefcase.
And she shall see if you can, put all that under your coat. And she indicates all the guns. As a matter of fact, maybe you should stay away from the road while I flag someone down.
Wraythe says,
Do you want me to carry the briefcase?
Vindicator.
Yeah, he looks at him and nods. Sure.
And he takes it and becomes insubstantial, and says, "Look, I'll follow you out onto the road," and then he becomes invisible too.
She'll just kind of skirt the fire and start jogging toward the road. The main road where, that you would have entered this state park or whatever.
Sadie says, I'll find you. She looks to Vindicator. Remember, keep your defenses up. The darkness is rising, and we must defeat it. This is only a first step, a first salvo against us. I think I can trust you. And she hops on her bike, gives it a rev, and speeds off down a smaller trail away from you and the house. And I'll let you guys give any final RP as you walk away from this disaster. Taggarts, you kind of peek in, Vindicator, as you walk on past the car. You see just this melted corpse in there, and you hear like some the radio glitching, playing Paint It Black as you walk by. Rolling Stones.
Yeah, Vindicator just kind of frowns as he passes by. And looks towards the dock and Wraythe. I guess he won't be joining us for the rest of this mission.
Madison looks over her shoulder at the flaming car.
Felt like I barely knew him at all, but, yes,
Yeah.
it's a pity.
Kind of feeling bad I called him a moron now.
find someone else. But this, right now, I'm not too worried about replacing Taggart. We need to take care of the matters at hand. This Dr. Dream. Her features harden.
Yeah, and find some way to kill these robots.
Yeah, I tried to shoot him, but I don't know. It's different shooting at something that's shooting back rather than. I mean, I've got quite good at targets, but this was different. I need more lessons.
Oh, it wouldn't be too hard on yourself, kid. Those things were heavy metal.
As you give the pun of heavy metal, and the radio melts in the car, and you walk towards a couple miles out of the forest towards the main road. That's where we'll stop for tonight. That's it.
Hey,
Jeez.
survived. So glad Vindicator was there.
Yeah, I mean, that's what happens when you put me against
Well,
robots.
so glad they were just trying to capture you guys.
Fair.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's what you're gonna find. I mean, there's like utility people and attack people, and it's gonna be very compartmentalized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although, I mean, if it had been like biological people, I could have helped for sure.
Yeah.
Technically, my power of biological disruption, which comes from Hex could have affected them. So I've got a disadvantage over that original one that just because I'm role-playing someone whose powers are biological.
Yeah, you could have cursed
should
them.
get some
Yeah,
sort
you
of-
could have still done that. Yeah.
But I can't, actually, because that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, the thing is that, I mean, those things, I mean, if they were wanting to attack, I mean, they were so hurt from that grenade blast that I don't know that they could have really hurt you too much. I mean, if they would have went for their wrist lasers, I guess they could have, probably. Instead of trying to stun Vindicator
Right,
over and over again.
I thought that he nerfed them pretty
Yeah.
good. It's just killing things. Sometimes I think it takes too long. Like when you attack people and they take wounds, their base defense doesn't go down,
They
right?
do not. It does not, no.